Two league now for Cwc. We're here at Baku today again, joined by Harry Watkins. How are we, mate? You good?
Yeah, mate, are you?
Yeah. So again, we got another poor turnout. A lot of the drivers have let me know this week, but again, there's still quite a few who aren't informing me. Trying to get the numbers up, asking as many people as we can. So anyone watching, if you know anyone or know anyone drivers who are looking for a league, send them our way, please. Always like to see fuller grids than this, but Baku, hard track, but with only 10 drivers today, you're guaranteed points as long as you finish, but I'm sure we'll see some DNFs.
James is out first.
Yeah. Both Williams last week DNF'd. It's only James who's turned up today, so he'll be looking to score some points, get some points on the board. Last week's winner, Jamie Morris, this is his last race before he's away for 3, so he's going to want to go out with a bang, get as much points on the board as he can before, like I said, misses the 3 races following this. Cwc-F2-Race2-Baku, who drove a great race last week, he finished 3rd in the end, picking up driver of the day, looking to build up again more points, build up some consistency. Got a few new drivers on the grid. Taze Leroy, not too sure, don't know too much about him, very late addition, about 30 minutes ago he's joined up, so he'll be looking to get a good start in the Red Bull. And then we've got 2 TNF boys in the Renault, Owen B and Tedious Brad, so we'll be interested to see how they can do today on their debut. Both drivers straight out on soft tyres. We're seeing James start up his lap now. Clear weather, it doesn't look like it's going to be raining in this session, but we don't know about the race yet. We'll keep on board with James as he's the first car to set a time. He is on the hard tyres, so can't imagine it'll be a show-stopping time already.
Right, it's up onto it.
Sweet. How do you think the race is going to go today then? How many DNFs are you calling?
10 drivers. Could be finishing with like 4 drivers.
Yeah, only 2 on a podium.
That'd be crazy.
Seeing quite a mix of strategies in terms of tyres early on. Got 4 drivers out on the hards, 4 on the softs, and then 2 going out on mediums. Oh, is that what he is? And yeah, I think that's what. I mean, he's caught 2 people out, so that would have been another 2 drivers.
Really sorry, guys. Raced to get home in time, then found out there's an update, so he's angry.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
they released it early, didn't they?
Yeah, it was about dinner time. I saw it.
Yeah.
And obviously, people who work and stuff, it's a bit of a rush for them to get back and sorted. So it's disappointing, but at the end of the day, this shit happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think with the 5 who have let me know, those 2 with the update issues, so there's only there's 2 or 3 guys who unfortunately aren't letting me know. But James Killer coming around the last sector now.
I'm quiet. I'm quiet, pardon me, am I? Westy says Team Jorrit.
Team Jorrit. He'll be looking to improve on last week's race.
Oh mate, my memory's shocking.
So as we look at the time, TNFO in 3 seconds quicker. I mean, there is a tyre gap, but that 38.9, I can't remember the times.
Right, V Godley.
Legende going a tenth slower, so someone who showed great pace. Unfortunately, he DNF'd last week in the other Haas car, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do, bounce back maybe.
Yeah, I remember, was it last week we had Jorrit and Spud going for the fastest lap?
Yeah, I think it was. Taze Leroy putting in a time 5 tenths quicker than the TNF driver in the Renault. But Westy's friend here, Jorrit, about to cross the line, see what he can do. Looks like it's going to be a few seconds off. Yeah.
They so are hard, so. Oh, this one's left the session. Hopefully he can get back in time.
Yeah, I did send out a few invites, so he should be alright. Who else is on a time? Last week's winner, are we going to see him cross the line? Again, it looks a few seconds off, so maybe just bedding it in slowly. Goes P5 though.
you reckon he'll get back in time?
I hope so.
I don't sound that quiet on stream anymore. Sweet, sorted it.
Cool. Got a yellow flag in sector 3, what's happened there? Oh, it's just James Killer coming in. I don't know whether it was wing damage or not. The Renault of TNF Owens coming in too. We're going to go back to... It was on.
I think the people out on hards are just going to be putting in a few laps.
Yeah, get used to the track.
Not done much practice.
Jorrit's a second down, I think it's his time. Is it the telemetry in the top right his time or the session best?
I think it's his time, you know. I'm still not 100% sure, but I think it's his time.
Seems a few seconds off the pace again. So like you say, maybe he don't want to DNF. Oh, he's coming into the pits.
That was a late decision, that one.
Oh, it's Jamie Morris who caused that, I think, because he's got no... Oh, that's good to see Brad rejoining the session there. But Jamie Morris, last week's winner, no front wing. So he's going to have to come in and pit. A lot of guys in the pits with 10 session minutes to go. Spud podium last week on his softs. Just getting that last bit of heat into the tyres before he starts the lap.
Spud got that DSQ as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
from the back.
He got disqualified, drove up, I think he was in P4 by the end of lap 1, and then he ended up dropping back, and then I think he ended up dropping back to the grid and then bringing himself back up.
And then we thought we was going to be into for this amazing fight between the two, Jorrit and Spud. They ended up both going for the fastest lap, didn't they?
Yeah, both giving up for... Yeah. So we're on board with Spud. AOI Asahina, who got the fastest lap in the end last week, did a good recovery drive. He had to pit early on because of wing damage, getting caught up in an accident. He'll be looking to get some more points after moving up from F3. He's on the medium tyres at the minute.
As well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he got those 11 points.
I think there was only 5 or 6 finishes in the end last week, so the drivers who have got points that can build a good early lap if they just build up on some consistency.
If anyone's watching the stream who's driving, can you let us know what the weather's going to be like for the race? So we can have an idea.
Yeah, ideally we want a bit of rain somewhere. The F3 race produced a half dry, half wet race, so...
Oh mate, that was crazy.
All looking clean enough for AOI Asahina as he comes round towards the last real corner, I guess. The others are flat out. Oh, he's lost it. Yeah, we saw it in the background there. So that's going to have...
It's alright, he's only lost a little bit of damage, front wing.
Yeah,
so
he would have lost a lot of time though. Lucky not to lose a wheel. But back on board with Asahina as he comes down the final drag. Where's he going to put his time? James Killer in the Williams with a 41.8 is the quickest so far. I think he's going to beat that, is he? Yes, he does. He does a 40.6, so a good time.
Spud's finishing his lap as well.
Oh, is he going for it? Oh, he's still gone fourth. I mean, there's some, yeah, 2.5 seconds off the pace. So without that incident, I can imagine he would have been closer to the pole guys.
Rating as well. So this track, you do need to save your ERS for that last few corners and the straight, because that's where you gain a lot more time. I think you gained an extra like 2 or 3 tenths if you manage to not derate.
So we're riding on board with new driver Taze Leroy. He's on provisional pole at the minute, so we'll follow him around this lap, see if he can build on his 5 tenths advantage. Everything looking strong so far. We'll monitor his sector times as he comes to the end of sector 1 now. He's 3 tenths up, so he's looking really strong so far. But the tricky part of the racetrack now, looks like he's got a bit of traffic coming in. This hard track to get your braking zone right, but he's perfected it there. Now it's the castle. Oh no! I think he ghosted, but that is definitely going to have lost him some time there. But he's still, he's still planted. So still, he's looking very confident on his racing debut. We've got yellows in sector 1 and 2 now. Riding the curb.
Sector 2 yellows. Oh, it's a Force India of Asahina. It's gone off. He's Austin powered it. Trying to do a 16-point turn.
Yeah, he's taking some time, but we'll go back to Taze Leroy. He was still 3.5 temps up, so we should see him improve on his time. Derated now, he's lost her, so this will cost him.
Should improve
4.5 temps, that's a great time, so he's now a second ahead of the closest.
37.999. Wow.
In the 37s nevertheless.
Yeah, Asahina went off where we watched Spud crash into the wall. He went straight on. I think he got his braking all wrong.
So Jarrett in the Mercedes coming around the final bit. He's on soft, so this should be a competitive time from him. Seems to have managed as well. Still got enough. He's not going to derate like we saw Taze Leroy do.
We're getting a lot of times here.
Oh, he's pitting.
He's diving in. He's teasing us. He's teasing us. Where's the mouth?
Must not have been happy with that lap. Jamie Morris not far behind on the road, coming through this fast left-right section. Tyre wear does become an issue through there. So we're on board with Jamie Morris. Yeah, it looks like this will be competitive. Last week's pole winner. Can he get pole? Yes, he does, by a 10.5. So again, the Rich Energy Haas driver showing great pace.
Definitely, yeah, it's definitely the delta at the top right is definitely compared to their previous time.
James Killer's 3.5 temps up, so we should see him. Will he jump with Spud in the battle of the medium runners? Yes, he does. Yeah. By just 1500ths of a second.
Out on his fly-in on softs.
So he had connection issues left earlier, so he missed out on his first run. It puts the pressure on him a bit. His teammate's currently up in P3. So we're on board with him going through the castle section. Such a hard set of corners, probably one of the toughest on the calendar. Takes a lot of curb there. We'll stay on board with him for the rest of his lap, as there's no one else on time laps at the moment.
People probably waiting for the final few minutes.
Yeah, we're seeing at the moment anyway, I mean, drivers might change for the soft, but we're seeing quite a split grid in terms of strategy.
Yep.
In the midst of all this, we haven't saw driver Eloise Mark has retired or crashed out of the session either. I'm not sure about that.
He was the one. He was one at Castle.
Oh, was he? Oh, yeah, he was. Sorry, so we did see that. Anyway, as Tenacious Tedious Brad crosses the line, he goes P3, displaces his teammate.
Ooh,
late on the brakes. Yeah.
So going from F3, me and Colo, we went for the soft strategy to hard, which brought you into play, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because we were sliding after 6-7 laps.
Yeah, it's roughly about that.
The mediums are still nice, weren't they? So
yeah.
But obviously we didn't do the full dry race. So
no, because of the weather.
We could see if that strategy does work. But it definitely didn't work very well on F3, did it, last week?
No, definitely not. We're on board with the other Renault driver, Owen B. Just been displaced from third position. He was a couple of attempts up on his time through sector 1. But he did run a little bit wide in the turn before the castle, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, he's a 10th down now. Can he regain it through the last sector? Potentially could be his last run of the session, time depending. Yeah, is he going to come into the pitch? Yeah, he's pitting, so he wasn't happy with that lap. Pitting, he will have time to go again if he's got the tyres to do so. It's going to be interesting to see if
a proper shootout now.
We have the time issue that we had last week. Yeah, I don't think he'll get time to go again, or maybe he's used up his tyre allocation. Well, last week we had an issue where the time said that it was finished, but the checkered flag down actually dropped. Yeah. So we're hoping that that doesn't make a regular occurrence for us.
Made us look like idiots.
Yeah, we was all criticising the guys for leaving it too late when in reality there was a lot of time left. Jarrett's the only car out on track now. He's on that medium, so he's committing to the mediums where everyone else seems to be gearing up for soft laps. We'll check what the best times is now. So Asahina and James Killer both done mediums. Jorit and Nexus Legende both done hards at the moment. But we can expect their times to improve.
Jorit's kept it in none through those S's. He's still in none. Surely he's losing speed. There we go, he's only just bumped it up.
I mean, it's a relatively short track. I mean, everyone's got their own way of running hers. If he wants to save it through... Oh, big moment. Great save there.
Wouldn't you want the ERS flat down that straight?
Yeah, you would, but I mean, it's each their own, innit? Everyone's got their ways.
Yeah. Ooh,
so we've got yellows, someone on their outlaps.
Jamie's gone straight on the chicane just before the castle section.
Yeah, we can see him now. Luckily enough, Jorit isn't at that point of the track. He's not too far behind him though.
He's going to catch him soon, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 3 tenths up even with that moment, but it is a relative time miss. I mean, he's 2 seconds off the car ahead, so he's got some catching up to do through these last 2 sectors now if he doesn't want to be starting in 9th. Ooh, did he graze the wall there?
James just started his lap, so he's next across the line.
Scruffy lap this from Jorit. I think he's invalidated. Is he going to get to the checkered flag? He's got 30 seconds. It's going to be close if he wants to try and go again.
Jamie Morris going very slow into that final corner. Everyone's on their final lap. Will Jorit get past though?
10 seconds. It's going to be very close. We're going to stay on board. I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't think he's going to get it. That's unfortunate, that is, for Jorit.
Yeah, so we're going to go on to James Killer. Can you find who's behind him on track so we can switch to him once the lap's done?
Where is he?
Whereabouts Leroy on track? See if he can regain pole position.
Next behind him is Asahina.
Alright.
Behind James. Asahina's just in castle now.
We'll see James's sector time.
ERS Westy said for Jorit.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
2 tenths up, so he is going to improve. He's got to find another tenth to dislodge Asahina, who's just behind him on track.
Asahina's 6 tenths up on his personal best.
Does he beat him? No. Only improves his time by half a tenth, so we'll go to Asahina now. We've got a yellow. Oh, Leroy's binned it.
Well.
Binned it somewhere. Yeah.
Asahina, 4th.
Moves up to
so
P4.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're watching him. Owen's 4 tenths up on his time through sector 2.
So
he's derated though. Yeah, Spud goes 3rd. Missed that on camera.
4th.
Owen doesn't. Yeah.
Legende
Who else
next.
we got? He's committing to mediums. He's almost 2 seconds up on his time, so this should be good.
7th.
Yeah, jumps to P7. Jamie Morris, he's got pole. Does he know he's got pole? And he's improved anyway. This man seems unstoppable at the moment.
Jorit is going again. Jorit's going again. He jumped. He got. I didn't see where he got. I think he got 8. Yeah, 8. 8
so got ahead of James.
Jorit did manage to put in another lap. So
yeah.
He did glitch again. 4 tenths. Jamie got pole by.
Yeah, quite a margin.
Leroy.
It'll be interesting to see if Legend on those mediums can fight his way through, drag Jorit with him. We've got Jamie Morris in first. Taze Leroy crashed out on his final qualifying lap in second. Spud 3rd. The 2 Renault drivers of OMB and Tedious Brad. Asahina in 6th. Legende Jorit 7th and 8th. And then James Killer in 9th. Eloy Mark, who binned it at Castle,
should be able to start on his own choice of tyre.
Yeah, because he hasn't finished a time,
He
so
hasn't set a time, so
keep
he
an
could
eye
go
out
on
for
the
him.
hards. Just hopefully no one readies up so he
Yeah.
can change the strategy.
It's going to be an interesting race. See what will happen. Will Jamie Morris run away with this week? He was kept honest by Ravers Revenge, who unfortunately couldn't race this week. I've had drivers ready up.
Yeah.
To be fair, I should have reminded him.
Jamie Morris put, yeah boy, got pole. Old school put whoops.
Right, so as the drivers start round for the formation lap now, all about getting heat into the tyres, heat into the brakes. So predictions for the race then?
What's the tyres? Oh, I haven't got the tyres. So Mark is on the hards. So I don't know, mate. I think Baku is one of the hardest to judge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Anything can happen in it.
Jamie Morris looks like he's got the pace again. It all depends on this turn one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we can see drivers end up in the wall, going deep.
Yeah,
I mean, it's turn two's just as just as deep really, and you haven't got the run off there. So look for a bit of carnage into that corner as well.
Yeah, look where we both wiped each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think my predictions probably Jamie Morris, we're Spud, and then Leroy. But I think Mark might sneak up there if he keeps his nose clean and stays with the pack.
Yeah.
And obviously the two medium runners of Legende and Jorit, their tyres will last longer. And obviously it does look like it's clear blue skies.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we haven't had a weather report, have we? So, but going off the weather, it's not going to be that bad. But then it was like this at the start of our race.
Yeah,
and then it came in from nowhere. Yeah.
Ooh, nearly contact between Jamie Morris and Leroy. Don't want that. Cold tyres, especially on this track. Punching everyone up, Jamie Morris's. Takes you really early though on this track.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's probably the game's taken him now.
Oh, look how punched up they are. Look at that.
So although we've only got 10 drivers, hopefully, we said this last week, with not many turn up and we had a great race. Hopefully they can do it again this week. With a mixture of strategies.
So we have more than 5 finishes.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was less, to be honest. But anyway, here we go. 1 light, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, long pause, awkward pause.
Oh.
Really long awkward pause. And there we are, we're away. Looks like we've got a slow start in Renault Aoy Asahina. Yeah, he's got to 4th. Jamie Morris up front now is both set. Oh, there's been carnage, yeah.
Red Bull.
Spud and the Red Bull coming together there. Both went wide.
Oh, he's retired. Leroy's out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know whether it was some sort of glitch or something after they'd made contact, but that's not good for those drivers. Going back up the grid there, have we got anyone making a move into turn 3? Everything looks clean enough at the minute. Aoy Asahina has had an amazing start. Yeah. We saw him up to 4th, and then with those two there crashing out, he's been up to 2nd in only his 2nd race in F2.
Spud's got wing damage as well.
Yeah, he will have to pit more than likely. Nexus Legenda on those mediums has also had a great start, as has Eloise Mark on the hards. But Brad looking straight away to get that position back with the fresh tyre advantage. He doesn't want to get held up here behind a driver on slower tyres.
So chat, what's your top 3? Who do you think's going to get 1st, 2nd and 3rd?
Jorrit and James Killer also the same with a medium difference. Right on the back. He's just got to be careful. He's going to get a mental slipstream down here now. If not before the corner. Is he going to get it done? He's going for it. No, he's backed off. He's clever to back off. He's going to have to run on him all the way down here now. Fresh tyres. He's going to have it. Oh, we've got Legende in. Oh, Asahina's pitted. What? Did he get wing damage? I don't know about that. Jorrit also came in, so that will promote. Wispud follows him in, so we've got 3 pitters.
No wing damage.
He's gone straight.
What?
I don't know what that's about.
What?
Very confusing there. But we'll go back to.
We're going to see him retain this kind of strategy, are we?
We're going to go back to OMB. The both Renaults are right on the back of Legende now, so we had reports of Brad complaining there was a little mishap in qualifying with another driver, so the stewards will have to have a look at that a bit later on. But for now, he's currently sitting in 4th behind his teammate. Whether there'll be orders just to sit behind him and give OMB a few laps at Legende, because currently it is a Haas 1-2, Renault 3-4 at the minute, so for the constructors there'll be something they're going to have to think about.
So as you could decide watching 3 cars that close through Castle, isn't it?
Oh, he's gone wide though, OMB there. That's going to have affected him. The important thing is they've got to use this soft tyre advantage as quick as they can, really.
Yeah.
Because the longer the race goes on, the bigger it's going to come back towards Nexus Legende.
Brad's all over it.
Yeah. Is he going to go for it? He is.
He's gone for it. Oh, they're touched.
Oh, maybe no team orders then. Maybe it's a straight out scrap at Renault early on in what is their first race in F2 as well. I'm sure both guys will be getting told to calm it down a little. So now, I mean, we've got Eloy Mark, who's on the hard tyres, don't forget. Currently in 5th, just a second behind. Jamie Morris pumping out fastest laps after fastest. Oh, Legende's beating him though. So maybe it's not going to be as comfortable as for.
Tyres will be going off.
Yeah. Maybe it's not going to be as comfortable as we think.
Yeah. He needs to put in those laps now, get that gap, but Legende is keeping up with him. So.
Yeah. I mean, with Eloy Mark, he's a driver who's came down from F1, so we sort of half expect him to challenge for wins, challenge Jamie Morris for the top step. But at the minute, it looks like he's pretty set in this league at the moment.
I'm still trying to work out Asahina's strategy here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see about that, because he hasn't even gone for the hard, so it doesn't make any. The only thing.
Unless it's going to rain.
Yeah, but still, you'd put in at least 2 or 3 laps on the softs, get the grip.
Yeah. Unless he wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah.
They're all pretty spaced out at the moment, aren't they now?
After, gaps have settled a bit.
Owen and Brad touching. Closest is still James Killer on Mark.
I mean, you'd expect James Killer. I mean, he had a poor race in Australia, ended up DNFing, but he's got a 2 tyre compound advantage from Mark, so you'd expect him to close up and get past him soon. Oh, have we got Jorrit? Oh, we've had an incident at the Castle.
Reversing up Castle.
Wispud.
All the way up Castle.
Does he have damage? I think Wispud might have damage. I don't know whether they've tried it. He's lost an end plate, Wispud, so I can only. I mean, the guy who's tried to move into Castle, if that is the case, it's just speculation at the minute. Both drivers have lost wing damage.
Well, I think Jorrit might have maybe collected the wall in
maybe in Spud.
Then Spud just collected him.
Yeah, potentially.
That's unfortunate for these 2 drivers. Spud staying out, because you can stay out with orange wing round here, it's alright.
He's staying out. What's Jorrit doing?
We both done the same, didn't we?
Yeah.
Orange wing.
He's pitting.
No Spud.
So
well,
that's
all these drivers, they can go for the fastest lap as well, don't forget, because they're all in the top 10, so Jorrit's retired.
Oh, he's retired.
Yeah, I think he's probably had enough, hasn't he?
It's a long, difficult race, Baku.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Unlucky Westy in the chat who was cheering him on.
Wesley's put the curse on Jory.
Yeah. Bit like the commentator's curse. I'm not going to go there again for Jamie Morris. I nearly cost him the win last week, so I'll keep my mouth fairly shut. But the gap's currently at 2.4 seconds. I can only imagine it's going to slowly come down, potentially, depending on the Haas driver's pace as the tyres wear.
Yeah.
We've got the Renault sitting comfortably now in third and fourth.
Watch the throttle of Jamie Morris around the final few corners, because if he's lifting, then obviously he's struggling with the tyre wear, isn't he?
I mean, what is it? About lap 6, give or take a few laps?
Yeah, well,
that we can expect the softs.
I think it was about lap 6. I was getting him sideways.
Yeah. Oh, we've got. He's pitted. End of lap 4. Brad is pitted, maybe to get a bit of clean air. Get those hard tyres on, get him in early.
He's going to get past him.
Oh, it's going to be.
Should do, yeah.
Yeah, he has got past him.
Well, Spud catch. I don't think Spud. No, Spud's not going to catch, unfortunately.
Driver 2, like we said at the start, to keep an eye on his LOE mark. He's kept his nose clean on those hard tyres, getting the slower tyre out of the way, but he is sticking with the Renault guys.
Yeah, like I said at the start, if he does stick with the pack, he's got a chance of winning this.
I mean, he's 8.5 seconds off the leader at the moment, so depending on what tyres he puts on, he could go medium, he could stretch his hards out to softs depending on how the race goes.
Yeah, obviously we still don't know the weather, so I'm guessing it's going to be a dry race. I'm still confused about that Asahina decision. I'm going to message him after the race and see what...
Yeah, we'll have an answer for you guys next week.
I'd understand if he had wing damage, but if he's going to do soft, medium maybe...
Yeah. Which
would have gone a little bit longer when you're on the softs. I'm thinking the gap now, Legende and Morris.
Yeah, it's 1.6, so we're seeing the soft tyres. He's still planted it through there.
He's still planted it, but he's running wider, so...
Will he pit?
Get to that point.
Doesn't look like he's going to.
Pit window opens.
Yeah.
Are these two teammates in real life as well, or just...
What do you mean?
Are they part of a team together, or...?
I'm not sure.
Legende and Morris.
I'm not sure if Jamie Morris is part of...
As well.
Yeah, so both Renault drivers... Oh, he's got a wing change. I don't know what for. His wing looked alright then. M plates was still attached, but he's changed it nevertheless. So that promotes AOI Asahina into 4th place. Now, he was running 2nd, remember, on lap 1.
James is pitted as well.
Pitted, so
everyone on the softs is now off the softs.
Bar Jamie Morris, the pole man.
Jamie Morris. He's gained 2 seconds here.
Yeah, the gap's...
Again.
No, the gap's up to 2.5.
Yeah, but if you go on board Legende, mate, that's just about a second. That's not 2. I don't think that's 2.5 seconds. That.
I don't know. I'd say it's close.
Jamie should pit. I'm guessing. But if he's enjoying these tyres still, then...
Yeah, I mean, the longer he takes the softs while he's got that lead at the top, the easier his hard stint's going to be.
5 places, and Mark is up 7 places, so good position changes. Is he pitting? No, he's staying out again.
He really is stretching this first. He's just done the fastest lap of the race.
Fastest lap. Could be pitting this lap then.
Yeah, maybe he's turning things up, eking out everything last of the tyres.
Things up there. You don't want to push too hard around here.
I think Legende, he won't be too fussed about the gap at the minute. I think he'll just be running his race on those mediums. He knows they're on different strategies, both Haas drives. Oh, Brad's DNF'd. The Renault driver. Where is it? On his debut in CWC.
Spud's pitting again. Oh, Spud in the pit lane. Oh, it's on the main straight. Brad, on the main straight.
Oh, yeah.
What has happened there?
Has he come into contact with someone? I mean, it only would have been his teammate, wouldn't it?
James. Yeah, unless he's tried to pit and he's caught the barrier.
I don't think there was gaps, to be honest, so it's a strange one that. I didn't see the gap close, so unless someone's had a moment and we've missed the gap closed down, I don't know what's happened there. It'll be interesting to see if he can let us know in the chat.
Oh, that's... Morris coming in.
The gap's dropped to 1.6 now, so maybe the tyres have fell off the cliff.
Going left, he's going left.
Yeah, I think he's going to be boxing this lap finally. So that'll give the lead of the race to his Haas teammate, Nexus Legende. He's had to wait till lap 8 to get it.
But there's Mark as well, getting in second place. So, like I said, stick with the leaders within the pit stop. He's going to be in for a shout.
Yeah, he will have, depending on what tyres he goes on, he will be.
Asahina back up to fourth, mate. Might get third.
We know he's got a pit again, so.
Gonna be close.
No, I think Morris is going to have it covered. Yeah.
But those hards on very disgusting for the first few laps.
So we've had 3 DNFs within the first 8 laps. Still got coming up to a third distance now.
I'll be happy with over 5 finishes.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the times now, when Asahina does pit again for his second stop, because we know that those mediums aren't going to go that long, he's going to come out in 5th and he'll have fresh tyres on Owen to see if he can close him up, I guess. Just seeing some onboard footage of what happened with the Brad DNF now. Oh yeah.
Where you seen that?
So he's just sent it in. He's basically, what he's done is he's lost connection with his wheel, and it's just gone straight on into the wall on the pit straight basically.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
Leroy's just said that Spud's an idiot, so we'll need to. Any issues, you need to sort that out between each other. I think that's about the turn 1 incident.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it is. They came together on turn 1, which resulted him in DNFing.
You still get the notifications pop up, right?
No. I must have clicked something in my yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, you can look like. Closest driver on track is still Asahina.
Yeah, we've been riding on board with him now.
I think it's just a bit of wing damage as well.
End plate's alright, he did hit the wall though. I think he's got away with it.
It's the only issue with Baku, once the pit stops happen, everyone just spaces out, don't they?
I think the only thing we're going to have to, pardon me, the only thing we're going to have to watch now is the LOE mark when he pits from his hard, see where he comes out and see what he can do. I can imagine he's going to have promoted himself into the podiums potentially.
Yeah, definitely. Well, don't forget,
it's going to be, I think, between him and OMB for the final podium spot at the minute.
Asahina could do something though if he stays with them. Gets onto the softs maybe. the last.
Yeah, but medium. He pitted on the end of lap 1, so mediums to softs. I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
Is Jamie Morris catching Mark though? Doesn't seem like.
No, not that fast. No, I mean they're both on the hard compound tyre now, so.
Like, yeah, hard to do. Take a good free.
Yeah,
free
I was going to. There's 7 laps between them. I mean, Mark's going to be in like the prime. Well,
yeah.
I say prime. As prime as the hards get.
Yeah. This is where you can actually start.
Oh, he's lost wing. He's definitely lost wing. Well? Yeah, I can see it flapping about. The end plate's gone.
Yeah.
Jamie Morris might have been able to see that as well, which might egg him on. I mean, he's just closed 8 temps already. Is he going to have to pit early?
Oh, yellow one.
Oh, James Killer's gone.
I don't know where that is.
Sector 1, so we're right on board with the leader, see if we can pick it up. Nexus Legende really struggling for us. He's on 8% at the minute.
He's trying to extend that gap, isn't he?
Yeah. So I can imagine.
Jamie Morris fastest lap.
Yeah, he's closed the gap a second since you mentioned it. Is it going to be into the... Oh, the car's just disappeared, but I think it was on this corner.
Yeah.
We saw the F3 race. The driver in the lead at that point crashed out from that position on that corner. So 2 DNFs in a row for James Killer in a... Not a poor start, but he's struggling in the Williams. We see him leaving the session there. Got to be frustrated. So we're just the 1 DNF away from the half DNFs.
At this point, Spud could get a podium.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess he could.
So, if things keep going bad for the drivers, just slow and steady wins the race, sort of thing.
The gap between Legende and Mark is increasing, so Legende is really solidifying 2nd place at the moment. Depending on what the change to, you can imagine Legende is going to have to pit for hards, where Mark can go mediums or even softs if he really does stretch those hards out. Looks like Legende is pitting now for his hards actually.
Yeah, Legende in.
Cautious into Mark the pits, doesn't need to take any risks.
Really, Mark can go 20 laps on these mediums.
Yeah. It just depends whether he chooses...
Change his wing or not.
I mean, if he gets used to it, he might decide not to. It is only end plate damage, so...
Mark to lap 18 to 20 maybe? Put the softs on?
Yeah.
The only problem is putting the softs on with wing damage is pushing the car that much. Even with that slight wing damage could cause him to run a little bit wide or something like that, so could be a bad. You don't want to over push the car thing, do you?
No, definitely not. On board with Mark now. The wing damage doesn't seem to be affecting him that much. But it's been like it for a couple of laps now, so I can imagine he's got used to it maybe. Altered his driving style accordingly. But Jamie Morris is starting to close the gap now, it's now under 4 seconds. So I think when Mark pits, he's going to come out in 5th place, depending on when Asahina pits. I mean, we saw Legende pit after 10 laps, but Asahina might choose to extend. I think his best option is to pit for medium tyres again. Spud's up there in, well, up there I say, down there in 6th, some 33 seconds off 5th place, so he's just driving for points now.
Like I said, a little bit of wing damage, that's another 15-second pit stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, slowly catching people up. Jamie Morris into turn 2, then nearly collected the wall. But you can now see Mark up in first position, so that's what you like to see when you're catching a driver, in it.
Yeah, definitely. I think we had the Toro Rosso guys last week, didn't we? Put in a 2-3 double podium. It looks like Haas are going to do the same this race, maybe even with the win. It's looking comfortable for Jamie Morris now. There's a 5.2 second gap between the two guys on basically the same strategy now. They're both running to the end.
That point of the race now where
it's hard to commentate on.
Isn't it? Yeah, like you can have to wait for Mark to pit, and then that's when he'll be closing down.
I was about to say calm before the storm, but it's more like calm before the shower probably, with the excitement levels on this one.
It always is the same with Baku though, and it once pit stops. So.
We've got TNF-OMB, the sole remaining Renault driver, closing in on Asahina now, whose tyres must be a bit worse for wear. I think Asahina's relegated himself to 5th position. I don't think he's going to be able to improve on that.
I don't know what strategy he was doing.
No, it's very strange.
Is he doing soft, medium or something?
I can imagine that's what he's going to do if he's got another set of new mediums, depending on what tyre allocation he chose.
How that's going to be faster than a Wonka. He's 14 seconds off the leader though, so like I said.
Yeah, but both have got to pit again, isn't they? So.
Sorry, he's not 14 seconds. He's.
Yeah, it's about 14. I'll check the actual gap now.
No, he's not. He's much further away.
15.3.
Yeah, but then you got to add Jamie Morris's and Legenda's on together.
No, the gap to leader is 15.1 now.
Oh, okay. Legenda with the fastest lap as well.
Yeah, so he's 3 seconds, so he seems with the fresh tyre advantage he might come back at Jamie Morris near the end of the race. Slowly but surely. Yeah, he's pitted. Let's see what he goes on to.
If he goes on to softs now. Fastest lap maybe.
Nah, it's another set of mediums.
Could still get the fastest lap with these though. So. Jamie Morris now within 3 seconds, so close the gap a lot.
Yeah,
again.
It'll be interesting to see if he catches Mark before Mark decides to pit, and then to see if Legende can get close to him. So I think we've got a potential battle brewing for the lead. Legende will
battle for top 3 really.
Yeah.
Because Mark's definitely going to go on to softs, surely.
But he's going to come out behind TNF-OMB, so it depends on how quick he can dispatch him, and then I think the gap will be a little bit too big for him to close down.
Fresh shots versus old Haas though.
Yeah, the gap, it will be a lot.
He's closing in a lot though now.
Yeah, but as also is Legende, he's now sub 3 seconds. He'll be able to see him quite comfortably on the straights.
When's Mark going to pit though? Looks like now. He's in. He's going in.
He is in, so Jamie Morris won't get held up by him. So now it's going to be...
Softs or mediums?
It's a long way to take softs. I think he's...
We've got no penalties to give either, so it's all going to be on track.
Yeah, it is the mediums. I don't think he will.
Changed that wing.
It's going to be close between him and Owen actually.
He hasn't changed the wing as well.
Yeah, so he will be running slightly slower than his straight up pace. So now it'll be a battle for that final position on the podium as well as the race lead. The gap is sub 3 seconds now. Asahina a further 17 seconds back from these two guys, so
Mark needs to get rid of Owen as fast as he can. He's within 2 seconds of him already, so maybe catch up to him for the final straight. That's what you need to do it. There's no point taking
Spud pits.
Risking moves is good switch again. Soft
yeah, mediums. I think he just wants a more grippier tyre. Is
that a wing change as well? Legende 2.1
yeah,
now.
gap
Mark's
closing.
1.5.
So it looks like we do have a couple of battles. The race is coming alive with 10 laps to go. We've got the Renault driver of TNF, Owen B, trying to hold on to third position from a fresh tired LOE mark on both of their first races in the F2 League. And then the Haas drivers currently running 1-2. The gap's just momentarily gone up back up to 2.3 seconds now, but a 4-lap advantage in tyre wear for Legende puts him in a good stead to take the battle to his teammate.
Mark probably will get him next lap.
Yeah, he's looking very strong even with that slight wing damage. 10-lap old tyre advantage plus a step softer.
Legende's got 4 laps on Morris's as well.
Yeah.
We could still see Mark get up there challenging the top 2, but like I said, he's got to get rid of Owen.
He'll have to get rid of Owen and then close at a greater than a second a lap, and with wing damage I don't think he'll be able to do that, but he could surprise us.
You don't want to be catching people around Castle section though, really.
We're going to ride on board with Mark to watch how he follows him through this section of track. No real places to overtake here. The gap's under a second now for Legende and Jamie, so maybe I can imagine he's had a bit of a lift or a moment in Castle. If he can stay with him now, he will get DRS down the main straight.
Mark gained loads through Castle as well. I know.
Yeah, I can see he's half a second. I think maybe that's what happened with Legende. We're going to carry on board with him.
Are you watching?
Legende.
I'll keep on the Mark one.
He doesn't seem to have DRS though. Oh yeah, he does. He's just kicked in now. He's quite late down the straight, but he is quite far back. So I don't think he's going to get him now, but now he's in that DRS range.
What's the ERS like? Well, they're both on the same as well.
Yeah, both running around 40%.
More ERS than Owen. Here he comes.
He's cranked it all the way up.
Mark should get him.
He's going to have to go late. He's gone to the inside.
On the inside. He's done it.
Yeah. Owen tried to come back at him, but he covered the corner well, so I can imagine Mark will now
12 seconds to get down.
Drive off down the road with them 10-lap old fresher tyres. We're going to ride on board with Legende.
If Legende and Morris start battling, that will obviously help Mark a lot out.
Yeah, but there's 8 laps left to close a 13-second gap. He's going to have to be well over a second a lap. Spud, there he is, reason he's pitted right on the bottom of the screen now. A 141.687, fastest lap of the race. As Legende closing in again, he's well within DRS now. He's turned his ERS up. I think he's going to go for it down the straight. They're both on overtake mode. Seems to me as if Jamie Morris just gets a bit better drive off that last corner. You can see with the DRS, he's turned his ears. He knows he's not going to make that move stick. I feel like through the castle sections where Legenda's got that big advantage on him.
Now, because of this close behind, he can save ERS much more than Jamie Morris. But they are both on 0 still.
Yeah.
So they are both saving. Definitely just both saving for this.
Legenda having a look, getting out the slipstream, putting Jamie Morris under a bit of pressure.
This corner's a nightmare this season,
Yeah.
I think. On this
You've got to really cut that curb, almost act as if it's not there, and use the wall. You can see this is where he gains, and then it's just out of the last corner he seems to lose a bit of time.
10.5 now, so Mark is closing. That's 2 seconds in one lap. Jamie Morris a lot more ERS to use than Legende though. Legende's on 42, Morris is on 60%, so...
He seems a bit closer to him this lap from last lap though, so
yeah.
Can he... He is a lot closer to him. He's going to get well within the slipstream here. We could see him move into turn 1.
Jamie's defensive. Going to break the toe.
He's going to go around the outside. Is it going to be late on the brakes?
Jamie Morris.
Oh, he's gone deep.
Deep.
He's going to now have the inside for the corner.
Legende's got it done into
Yeah, he's going to try and do the same now though.
Great racing, boys.
I don't think it's over yet.
Over the back of the
He retakes the lead. He's got there before the corner. So close but no cigar for Legenda on this lap. He's just got to recompose himself now. I think, yeah, Jamie Morris has got an end plate missing, his left side end plate, so maybe that's the reason. We saw him lose we saw him lose 2 seconds a few laps ago, so maybe that's where the pace has gone. I can imagine with that he's going to be really struggling.
That's probably why he ran deep into turn 1 then as well. Mark 9 seconds now. Unless he pulls out Hamilton. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we're going to see another try in turn 1, or do you reckon
I mean, he's sticking close with him, isn't he? I think he's going to try and make that move as soon as possible. I don't think he's as close this lap, but we'll see. Through that corner he should be able to gain, he should be able to carry more speed, and I think that's what we're seeing here.
It's not as close this lap, but the slip is
the issue is as well, he's hers, but he's going for it this lap. He wants to get this move done as soon as possible.
He's in no ERS though, so
is he going to lunge it? No, he's not. He said he needs to almost take a couple of laps, save your hers, don't deplete it on that main straight, and then
6 more laps to go, so
with that wing damage in that final sector you'll be so much quicker.
So softs maybe for the last few laps to get that fastest lap.
17.7
as well. Or Spud, because we all know Spud loves the fastest lap, doesn't he?
Spud's got it at the minute, but like you say, Owen, coming out onto soft tyres, is he going to get ahead of Asahina? It's going to be very close, this one. See both drivers coming out now. Are they going to go side by side?
Asahina needs to remember to brake earlier, like I did, and he has.
Yeah, so Asahina will be right on the tail now. Is he going to go for a move? It's now or never really before the softs.
Close to Morris.
Yeah.
Castle.
They're going for it, the side by side. Is Asahina going to make it stick? It looks like he is. He's going to have the inside to this corner now.
Nice move.
But he's cut back. That's what he can do with that fresh grip, but he's got the move done, has he? Yeah, he has. Asahina has to back down. Great driving from OMB there, knowing he's got that grip to do the cutback. Yeah, we're back on board with the battle for the lead now.
He's just lost a bit of time on that fast left-hand corner.
Yeah, he's going for the overtake mode again. So again, he's going to deplete his DRS before the end of the straight.
Once again, though, a lot less ERS percentage.
You can see the gap closing at this point before the DRS is even open. But as soon as there you go. He's put it to 0 already. So maybe he knows. Got to save it up.
Said, take a few laps out.
Yeah.
Save. Just keep. Jamie Morris is running very deep into that turn 1 though.
The gap from third place is sort of stuck around the 7.5 second mode. He's close here, you know. He might look out. He's saved his ERS to have a go into this corner. Maybe unexpected from Jamie Morris. No, not quite there to do what Asahina's just done.
There comes Owen's fastest lap probably next lap. He hasn't got enough ERS in my opinion for. Ooh, he's nearly. That was close. Turn 1. Owens nearly clipped the barrier on turn 1 there. Yeah, I think Mark's going to settle for the third here, isn't he?
Yeah, it's good. First race, picking up a podium.
After Bennett in quali as well. Like I said, those hards would have definitely helped. Oh, Jamie Morris taps the wall. I think he's got away unscathed there.
Yeah, I didn't see any debris fly off. But yeah, I think definitely. Nexus is close here. He's as close as he has been so far. So as long as he can get these corners right, yeah. But I think he might have to move done before. He's a lot closer.
He's already on 8% now, so
is it
Jamie Morris will have more to use in the next.
He's gonna. Yeah, they're gonna be side by side. Who's gonna get there? He's gonna hang it around the outside. Leaves him just about enough room, but Jamie Morris gets it done.
Oh, much better exit from Legende there.
Yeah, but he hasn't got the. Oh, he's trying the ERS. Are they going to be side by side again? They are. Please give each other enough room. They have done. Is he? He's going to do it.
Legende's got the inside. They've touched.
They've touched a couple of times there, but he's got his way back into the lead.
Wheel, so you can't do much about wheel to wheel. Fair racing in my eyes.
Yeah.
Still 3 laps left, so.
Like Jamie Morris he's got an extra 15-20% of hers come the end of the straight. I think that's helping him defend.
Legende's got the tyre percent got a better percentage, hasn't he? So
yeah,
he's got 4 laps fresher, and Jamie Morris is carrying that slight wing damage. So
we're seeing great defensive driving from Jamie Morris. So
Jamie Morris very good with the CRS management.
Did we see OMB get fastest lap or?
Yeah, I saw it.
He did get fastest lap. Doesn't seem quite as close.
A 1:41.1, so 5 tenths faster than Spud. But I reckon we'll see Spud dive into the pitch, you know. I just got a feeling.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose, has he?
Unless he hasn't got any softs left. Next, Legende does need to save for these next this lap and lap 25.
I mean, the strategy he's going for isn't well. Is it the wall there? Oh no!
Oh.
The peach! Oh my god!
Oh my
Both fast drivers have completely taken each other out. He's got no wing whatsoever. This is going to promote the McLaren into second place. Disaster for Haas, running 1-2. Oh, and Legende's gone straight on with no wing.
Legende's gone straight on. Mark could win this race. Mark.
Has the McLaren driver of LOE Mark just been gifted the win of Baku?
These two are going to have to pit, aren't they?
Both drivers, I'm sure they're going to have to pit.
Morris with no front wing.
This could promote, well, this surely will promote with the damage. OMB into second and AOI Asahina into third.
Legende literally no wing.
Yeah.
He has got a wing, but not all the aerodynamic bits to it. No
Where Jamie
way.
Morris has got absolutely nothing. I'm sure Jamie Morris has lost the back end. There wasn't contact, and I don't think it seemed like he brushed the wall on the entry into turn 2.
Yeah, so basically I've just rewatched the stream. Jamie Morris has ran wide into turn 2, stayed on that dirty white line, and I think he's planted it, and it's just spun, and it's just took each other out.
Yeah, nothing Legende could have done, as he was already alongside him. Gunter Steiner will be having words.
LOE Mark has been gifted.
He's got to be.
Yeah, there comes Legende into the pits. Well, Jamie Morris, he's going to have to follow. They're going to have to double stack as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 10-second gap. He's not pitting. Oh yeah, he is. Sorry, he's just dived really late. No, he has. What has he done?
Oh.
Today just
Way
goes
too fast into the pits.
You've got no front wing, mate. You've got to go slower than that into the pit entry. We know how tight it is.
So
Asahina. In fact, this is going to be pretty close.
Nah.
I think, yeah, Legende is going to take it, especially with his fresh tyre advantage. Jamie Morris.
Jamie Morris. He's missing the next 3 races as well.
He's the master of his own downfall at the minute. I think he scaved a few mistakes in Australia, and I mean, losing the back end, there's not much you can do, but at the end of the day it is driver error. He's taken his team out with him and then clattered the wall into the pits. So there it is, that last DNF. We've had half the grid go again in Baku.
I did say 5 drivers.
I'm sure to be put a pound bet as well on Legende. Oh, he's pitting.
What's good onto his softs? He's onto the softs. We knew it would happen.
Missed the fastest lap himself, but he's got Legende to compete with, who we know is a very fast driver. He must be thinking, after the start of this race, coming into contact with Taze Leroy, how am I going to finish anything higher than 8th, 9th on the grid? But he's currently in 5th. It's going to be
one of those survival tracks, isn't it? You've got to finish the race to get the points.
It's going to be a straight out speed fest.
Well. Dimo managed to pick up, what was it, 8th?
Yeah.
6th? No, he got 6th, didn't he?
He's 8th, I think.
I think 8th or 6th for just, and he was what, 2 laps behind, and he just managed to do it because he stayed on the track. Like, it's literally an elimination track, this, isn't it?
We're going to keep an eye on the lap time.
Jamie, though. I am gutted for Jamie there. You need to go slower into the pits, really.
Yeah. I think he would have been pushing as much as he can, knowing Asahina was going to be in his pit window. We're going to watch Legende's time and compare him to Spud when he gets around. See who's going to win this Battle of the Fastest Lap award.
I think it's going to be Spud. Because Legende doesn't have the ERS. Spud's on... Spud's going for a quali lap here.
He's already on hot lap mode.
He's on hot lap mode. He's loving life. He's going for fastest lap. He's getting those 11 points. And Mark being gifted. What's happened?
He's run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel. He's correct. Yeah, he's either stuck in second gear, but the fuel light's showing. This is going to promote TNF OMB. What is going on the end of this race? He's either lost fuel or he's stuck in second gear. We've seen this in a pre-season race with Jamie Morris, but Owen is 100% going to take him here. And this is going to promote Legende back up into second place.
Oh my god.
He might even
the podium.
He might even lose the final podium spot.
There goes Legende.
So we're going to watch Owen cross the line for the lead and then switch back to Asahina very quickly. What a debut race for TNF OMB. I'll bet he's thinking, how have I managed it? Legende has retaken second place in all this drama.
Here comes Asahina.
He's going to get him. He has got him. He left it late to pull out.
Legendo's got the fastest lap.
Asahina gets his first podium. Eloise Mark is going to take 4th place, but I do think it's a lack of fuel.
Jamie Morris, I'm sorry guys, lost traction. Apologies to my teammate, traction control lost, I'm so sorry. Jamie, it's alright mate, everyone makes mistakes.
I'm sure Legende, Bree getting 2nd place somehow.
Here we go, just go get the fastest lap. He's a second faster. Oh my god, what have we just witnessed?
So it's a 40.8 he needs to get at the minute. He is above that time if he was a second quicker. Yeah, I did wonder whether it is fuel or gearbox. Is he going to beat the fastest lap of a 40.8?
Yes,
did he do it? He did. He got a 40.5. So another, well, his first fastest lap of the season. What an amazing end to that race.
Oh, they're so spaced out and then everything's just happened in
Apologies for calling this a bore fest.
Oh my god, what a race that is. Owen has been gifted that
he won't mind in the Renault.
Buzzing. He is buzzing. Mark is going to be absolutely heartbroken.
I think, yeah, Asahina must be wondering how on earth have I got 3rd place.
Especially with that first lap pit stop.
Yeah, the interesting strategy. So, we have an amazing end to that race. TNFO in B got the win in the Renault. Nexus Legende just missed out on fastest lap, but in the collision, battling for the lead with Jamie Morris. 2nd was the best he could do. Asahina somehow getting onto the podium after a questionable strategy. Eloise Mark dead set after the collision between the Haas guys to pick up a first debut win in the F2 League. Seems to have a gearbox issue we're getting reports of. Dropping down to P4, and Weirspud getting caught up in collision picks up P5 with the fastest lap award with a 140.545. Chaotic end to the race, to say the least.
Oh, what is happening with this gearbox issue? That's twice now in F2.
Yeah, we've seen it. Like I said, in a pre-season race, we had Haas driver Jamie Morris pick it up, and then if Eloise Mark's saying he couldn't switch gear. So thanks for all you guys tuning in, and be sure to tune in next week, same time, for Spain. Cheers everyone, thank you.